Continuing What on Earth is Happening? Notes, Episode 1. This is Part 3. The Biggest Lie. There's one lie bigger than any other told. It's absolutely. It is basically the most evil ideology that exists in the Western world. This ideology is so proliferate and so insidious. People you wouldn't expect believe this, no matter how much contrary evidence you bring to their attention. This ideology is called solipsism. Many will be hearing this word for the first time because it is not generally talked about as an ideology or a philosophy. A lot of people do not know what it is. This is the biggest lie. This is the main deception. Manipulators want people to unwillingly accept the theory of solipsism, even if it is in the back of their minds. Many people are so Many people are solipsists and don't even really know it. They don't even really understand that it is the ideology subscribed to them that they subscribe to. Solipsism, the philosophical notion that one's own mind is really all that exists, and that one's perceptions are equated to reality and truth. Your perceptions, the contents of your mind, that's all that exists. There is no ideology more dangerous than this notion. There is no such thing as truth. This is the ideology that is put out there to persuade people from really going out on the journey, from ever stepping on to the spiritual path in life, the path towards truth. If you can conceive someone, if you can conceive someone, if you can convince someone that there really is no truth, that it's all relative, that it's all based on people's perceptions, no matter how far off the principles may be from natural law, then you really have them where you want them. To begin to manipulate their sense of reality. That is the biggest lie. Before we get into where this type of ideology leads, let's look at some of the basic tenets of solipsism. Solipsism basically states there is essentially no reality. There are no actual experiences. It is all just one person's perception. In other words, if my mind ceases to exist, the world ceases to exist. Nothing really exists to a solipsist. It is all just a fleeting thing from when someone is born to when the time it is they die. Nothing really matters. The second tenet is if something exists, even if tenet number one is somehow miraculously disproven and we can prove something actually exists, nothing can actually be known about it. So there is no such thing as knowledge. Knowledge does not exist to a solipsist. Even if you could understand that something exists, you could not understand anything about it in the fullest. The third tenet of solipsism, even if something could be known about anything, natural law, basic principles, objective fundamental qualities of consciousness, even if you could get into the truth enough to understand it, you could never actually really communicate that to any other being. Knowledge about anything cannot really be communicated to any other being. This is the biggest lie because it means that they will never begin the awakening process. The awakening process takes one into a leap of faith. The awakening process is one step, a leap of faith. that you believe there is truth to be found in the journey. Otherwise, you will never set foot on that path. If you believe there is no such thing as truth, it doesn't matter about anything else that's taken place around you, because you will never actually, for yourself, look into anything you believe you are not capable of understanding. You will never start looking into it for yourself. Then, if you buy the third tenet, that even if you understand, you can never take it to anyone else. You will never begin speaking truth to anyone else. That is why this is the most insidious and dangerous ideology on the face of the earth. It is called solipsism. There are more solipsists out there than you would believe. The idea that perception is reality is bigger, is something that is trying to be embedded into the consciousness of people. But perception is not reality. The quality of our experience is dictated by how closely aligned our perception comes to truth. Our goal in life needs to be bringing our perceptions in harmony to truth, to that which is, so that we are not constantly engaged in fantasy, so that we are not constantly ignoring that which is going on around us. And more importantly, we are not ignoring that which is going on within us, because that's where everything is being driven from.